Welcome to Celestial Zodiac. In the previous video we talked about what eclipses are and why they are stronger than ordinary new moons and full moons. In this video we're going to go deeper and look at why eclipses are connected to the lunar nodes, why they often come in pairs, and why eclipse seasons can feel like periods when life starts moving faster than usual. Understanding the role of the nodes helps explain why eclipses are associated with turning points, direction changes, and events that seem to push you forward whether you feel ready or not. In astrology, eclipses always occur near the lunar nodes. The lunar nodes are not planets, but points where the moon's orbit crosses the path of the sun. These points form an axis in the chart known as the North Node and the South Node. This axis is often connected with life direction, growth, and the movement from the past toward the future. The South Node represents patterns that feel familiar, habits that come naturally, and situations that you may already understand. The North Node represents the direction you are learning to move toward even if it feels uncomfortable or unfamiliar. Because eclipses happen near this axis, they are often associated with moments when life shifts direction or when something changes that affects your long-term path. One thing people often wonder about is why eclipses are associated with certain zodiac signs. You may hear astrologers say that we are in an eclipse cycle in Aries and Libra, or Pisces and Virgo, and it can sound confusing at first. The reason for this is that eclipses only happen near the lunar nodes, and the lunar nodes are always located in a pair of opposite signs. Because the nodes stay in the same signs for a period of time, the eclipses that occur during those years will also fall in those same signs. The lunar nodes move slowly backward through the zodiac and remain in one sign pair for about a year and a half. During that time, every eclipse season will take place near that same axis. For example, if the North Node is in Pisces and the South Node is in Virgo, then the eclipses will occur in Pisces and Virgo. If the nodes later move into Aries and Libra, then the eclipses will begin happening in Aries and Libra instead. This is why astrologers talk about eclipse cycles in certain signs, because for a period of time the same areas of the zodiac keep getting activated again and again. Because the nodes represent direction and movement in astrology, the sign axis where the eclipses occur often shows the type of life themes that are being worked on during that period of time. An eclipse cycle in Pisces and Virgo may focus on issues related to work, health, routines, or spirituality. An eclipse cycle in Aries and Libra may focus more on independence, relationships, and balance with other people. The sign does not tell the exact event that will happen, but it gives clues about the kind of changes or lessons that may come up during those years. This is also why eclipses tend to feel like part of a longer process instead of a single moment. Because multiple eclipses happen in the same signs over many months, situations may develop gradually, with one eclipse starting something, another bringing a turning point, and a later eclipse bringing completion. When astrologers look at eclipse cycles, they are not just looking at one date, but at a period of time when certain parts of life are being pushed to grow, change, or move in a new direction. This is one reason eclipses often feel different from normal transits. When the nodes are involved, events can seem more meaningful, more intense, or more connected to where your life is going. People sometimes describe eclipse periods as feeling fated, not because everything is predetermined, but because situations arise that seem to move you in a particular direction whether you planned for it or not. When the North Node is involved, eclipses often bring growth, new experiences, or opportunities that push you forward. When the South Node is involved, eclipses often bring release, endings, or situations that require letting go of something that has run its course. Both are part of the same process because growth often requires leaving something behind before something new can begin. Another thing astrologers notice is that eclipses usually come in pairs. This happens because solar eclipses occur at new moons and lunar eclipses occur at full moons, and new and full moons are always about 2 weeks apart. When the sun moves close to the lunar nodes, there is a short period of time when eclipses can occur, which means there is often a solar eclipse followed by a lunar eclipse, or a lunar eclipse followed by a solar eclipse. Because of this pattern, eclipses tend to happen in clusters rather than as single events. This is one reason life can feel more active or accelerated during these periods, since multiple important influences are happening close together. These periods are known as eclipse seasons. About every 6 months, the sun moves near the lunar nodes again, creating another eclipse season. During an eclipse season, there may be 2 eclipses within a few weeks and sometimes even 3. Many people notice that these times can feel unstable, fast-moving, or unpredictable, because changes tend to happen more quickly than usual. Plans may shift, new opportunities may appear, or situations may come to an end sooner than expected. This does not mean that eclipses cause problems, but they often coincide with times when something in life is ready to move forward even if you were not expecting it. Eclipses are often said to come in pairs for 2 reasons. First, solar eclipses happen at new moons and lunar eclipses happen at full moons, so they usually occur within a few weeks of each other during eclipse season. Second, eclipses always occur near the lunar nodes, which are in opposite signs. So eclipses tend to activate 2 opposite areas of the chart at the same time. This is why eclipse periods often involve balancing one part of life with another, or moving away from the past toward a new direction. Eclipses also tend to work over longer periods of time rather than only on the day they occur. The effects of an eclipse can begin before the actual date, and the results may continue to unfold for months afterward. In some cases, the themes of an eclipse remain active until the next eclipse in the same sign cycle, or until another transit activates the same part of your chart. Because of this, astrologers often think of eclipses as marking chapters of life rather than single events. Something may begin during one eclipse, develop during the next, and finally come to completion during a later cycle. For example, an eclipse might occur in the part of your chart connected with career, and around that time you may start thinking about changing jobs, even if nothing happens right away. A few months later, during the next eclipse season, an opportunity could appear, and by the following cycle you may finally leave the old job and move in a new direction. The change did not happen in one day, but the eclipses marked the different stages of the process. This is why eclipses are often linked with life transitions that unfold over time rather than sudden events that begin and end all at once. This is why eclipses are often associated with direction and timing. When they occur near the North Node, they may bring experiences that move you toward growth or toward something new. When they occur near the South Node, they may bring situations that help you release the past or finish something that is no longer needed. Both types of eclipses are important, because life moves forward through a combination of beginnings and endings. Understanding this cycle helps explain why eclipses are often remembered as the times when life seemed to change course. In the next video, we'll look at how eclipses affect your birth chart, and why some eclipses have a much stronger impact on you than others. The sign, the house, and the planets involved can show exactly where these turning points happen, and why certain eclipse seasons seem to change everything while others pass more quietly. Thank you for watching Celestial Zodiac. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you found this video about eclipses helpful.